I hate having to do this, dog. This sucks. I don't even feel like doing my usual enthusiastic yo today, dog. That's the crazy part. What did Dave say to me? What's going on, dog?
Um, it's one of those things where you have to remind yourself.
Life is short.
Yeah. And that there are things that matter and things that don't matter, which is why I've been making a strong effort to stay in the world I've been staying in, which is, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, preacher? I know what you're saying. I'm saying I'm staying in the world where things that matter to me are priority. Because the problem, I think, the big problem we have in this world is that, especially in this day and age, is we are concerning ourselves with things that really have no lasting value.
Yeah.
For example, we're concerned about the politics of countries. We're concerned about the economy. We're concerned about all these things that matter, but in the long term, do they really matter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, does it really matter in the long term, personally, as to who wins the next election? On a personal level, does that really matter?
Absolutely not.
So doesn't matter really matter who has the best albums out nowadays? It shouldn't, but it does, and I'm working on that, because not getting into that.
I mean,
But
to be fair, I do want to at least throw the little caveat out there that it is an escape from sometimes having to deal with the rigors of life.
yes, so what we're here today to do is we're here to celebrate. We're here to remember, and that's what I want to do. That's what I intend to do. Because I got the news at a football game.
We were in the
You
same
were in the same
area,
area.
just in two different events.
Right.
We were
When we
both at
got the
Western
news.
Branch. You're at the football game, watching them play against, I believe it was Minchville. I
Yeah.
was with Nansen Rivers volleyball team. For those who don't know, I'm a JV volleyball coach, so that's going well.
Did I tell you or you tell me?
Did I tell you what? No, I told you, because I
Right.
was actually, for the time being, I think the game was they were either on timeout or getting ready for the next set.
Yeah.
And then I think Emai was the first one that actually said it. Then Emai said it, and then I was in another wrestling group, and then they were talking about it, and then Emai actually sent the screenshot from Triple H, and
Um,
I'm with my team, and then I'm just sitting there like, bro, what? What do you mean? And this is like me in real time, how I'm reacting to the news. And then they're all like, Coach, what? I'm like, I
you
don't.
wouldn't get it.
Most of them, I think maybe one would have, maybe two, because I know one, her father is a wrestling fan, because he was like absolutely jealous of me when he heard that I was on my way to Detroit when we went up there for a SummerSlam. So it was one of those things that just caught me all the way off guard. And yeah, Booker T actually found out while live on his podcast. I actually watched it, and you could see how shook he was. That's one of
Yeah.
the things I never want to experience. Like, it still hurts. I still struggle with the reality of the situation that Kobe's gone because
So yeah,
I was at
so
Kroger, and even in Kroger, I was like, "What do you mean Kobe's dead?"
I don't remember where I was, but I remember like definitely recently. I keep having to remind myself, not because we don't see him, but because like I was watching Best of Enemies, the Celtics Lakers 30 for 30.
Yeah,
And, no, it was that, and I watched The Last Dance, and I watched Celtics Lakers 30 for 30. And I had to remind myself, I saw Kobe in both of them. I had to remind myself, oh, that's right, Kobe's gone. Like, especially in The Last Dance when they showed Kobe talking about Jordan at the All-Star game when they met in the All-Star game. And I was like, oh, that's right,
he's
he's
not.
not.
It's
And
one of
then
those
I had to
things
do the
because I don't.
same thing.
It's going to take me a while to really come to terms with the fact that Bray's not here because it's going to be a few months down the road. I'm like, dang, when's Bray coming back?
Well, no, because I'm thinking about that. Then I also think about I don't have this problem, but I think about the same with
Yeah,
Jay Briscoe. But the reason why that's more definite is because I was thinking about that being the elite I saw where they showed at the end, and I thought about I saw that, and I saw something else where they showed Mark Briscoe after it happened, and the whole time, and I even watched the funeral live on YouTube at the high school they were at, and I remember Mark was just up there preaching, just literally preaching. You know what I mean? Just you know.
yeah.
So that's more definite to me. Um, what isn't it? Not that has that in, but I felt like I was surprised. Terry Funk, not really surprised, but more so like, well, you know, he's at peace now because he'd been sick for a while,
Right.
so that's good. That was not, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. He's not hurt no more. Also, I think they didn't do him justice.
Who?
SmackDown.
I have a take on that, and I kind of didn't expect anything other than what we
I'm
did.
just saying you can't
You got to
look.
remember they are in a
I
contract.
know.
They're in
I,
a
I
contract year.
know.
You want to play it
I
safe.
know. I know. I took all of that into account. I did, but I'm like, you can't call it that.
They've been calling it that for years. They
I
do
know. No,
Extreme Rules, which is taken away from ECW, and basically have. I don't want this to be a bash WWE stream, but
no, it's not. But
I do understand the frustration with calling it a hardcore match and not
that's what I'm
really
saying. Like,
being
like
anything
don't
but
just say Terry Funk because it's not like Terry. We can't sit here and act like hardcore stuff was the only thing Terry Funk did.
right,
Like there are matches of him just having really good tag matches and singles matches.
right.
Now, most of the stuff he did was hardcore. Yes, the famous stuff we remember him for was the hardcore stuff, but that wasn't all he did, and that's okay. That's okay. Just say the Terry Funk Memorial Tag Team. This next match is in honor of the Terry
What's
Funk.
going on?
Then do that. That's all. That's all. But
Yeah, I get that.
yeah. But my main thing is let's focus on not let's focus on Bray to say take it away, but like Bray, yeah, Funk was a great showman. Bray sucks for me personally
Have you
because
ever seen Bray in person?
I want to say I did. I want to say I saw him.
I think I have two moments.
I want to say I saw him 2014 at my first SmackDown show. I don't know what he was.
I know I can confirm one.
December 30th. It was like December 30th. Oh, Miro's confronting Hobbs, by the way. And he just got blindsided.
Was surprised, but I think I can confirm one. And this is why I wish Breon were here because this one that I definitely can confirm was a show that actually Breon was with me for, and we've actually talked about it when Brody died because it's hilarious. It's kind of interesting that the last time I can confirm I saw both of them, they wrestled each other. This is the last house show before WrestleMania 33. Bray Wyatt is WWE champion. This is what his penultimate really appearance in front of a crowd before losing it to Randy Orton at WrestleMania 33. And he's wrestling Brody, which at the time was Luke Harper. And the whole time Bray is WWE champion. It was a fun match. And then Brody came out there and basically said that this is not the last time you'll see him wrestling for a world championship. Unfortunately, didn't happen again until I think he get a world championship match against Mox and
Yeah, he got a world
AEW.
championship
So
against
didn't
Mox,
happen
and it
again
was
until
good.
AEW, which was fun.
It was very
But
fun.
it just sucks that everybody's kind of awaiting the return of Bray Wyatt to see what he has in store. We unfortunately didn't really get to see what he had for the fans in his second run, because one thing about it, Bray Wyatt was an amazing storyteller. I remember when he did the start of the Firefly Funhouse, and as you see, I'm wearing my
Muscle Man shirt.
Muscle Man shirt. I was a big Wyatt supporter, especially during that time period. I just couldn't wear some of the shirts that he has because some of them just look a little, a little creepy. This one is a little more cartoonish, so I can rock with it. But people were saying that this is like a Mr. Rogers neighborhood or Higglytown Heroes or all those little PBS Kids stuff. And I'm like, let it play out. This is something interesting, because I remember the first one, I was like, this is weird, but I can't look away. And as each segment went, each week passed, and we got into what the theme was, it drew me in even closer. And I remember the first day of seeing the Fiend at SummerSlam. Me, you, and I want to say Akeem was here.
Yeah.
We were at our house watching SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was just like rocking out to the theme.
Yeah.
Just the aura of the Fiend was absolutely insane. Even though I personally didn't hate him losing to Goldberg, because there was a way you could tell that story. And it was another guy that actually put it in a way that you look at the people that the Fiend wrestled during that time. The Fiend changed those people because they weren't being their authentic selves.
Yeah.
Goldberg was being his authentic self. So there was nothing to change. So the Fiend's effect didn't really work on Goldberg. So that was an interesting perspective that was put out there. And then looking at his Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena, when at a time where nobody knew what was going to be going on in the world of wrestling, WrestleMania is being held. And I really want to go back and watch that entire WrestleMania, because it was so many good moments for a show that didn't
Which
have.
one?
This is WrestleMania in the PC.
That was a good mania. Like, I think I saw
Both
someone say
nights were pretty fun. There was some good stuff in both nights.
Cena said that the Firefly Funhouse match was probably one of the funnest things he's ever done in his career.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
And then I saw
and then you know how I feel about what was the other thing that happened at the end of night one.
That was a Boneyard match.
Yeah. I actually like that.
There was so many good things that happened, and I do want to one day just really sit down and look at some of the big highlights of the PC era of WWE, where
there's
in
plenty.
Pandemic. I know you don't like the Raw Underground, but there were some things in Raw Underground that really I liked. The introduction to Doc, the Hurt Business going in there just dominating. The even the debut of Retribution was so chaotic I couldn't turn away from it.
I liked Samoa Joe on commentary.
Samoa Joe on commentary was when Samoa Joe hangs it up, he should just go ahead and do commentary, because he is a natural.
Samoa Joe on commentary was great, and then Karrion Kross.
Lamp was Absolutely scary.
Uh,
That was the peak of carrying cross. I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Did you see
Um,
that? Watch that video I sent you.
even like the way they could tell stories then were so much better. Even for Roman, it was so like yes, not having a crowd did not sit well with a lot of people, and it showed in the numbers. But when you actually sit down and look at some of the stuff that went down during that era, even Drew said it. The way you had to tell stories with no crowd gave it that extra different feeling. But we'll save having an actual episode just talking about the 2020 era of WWE for another. Do a face reveal. Do you not see my face? Do you not see my face? But what would be your favorite Bray Wyatt moment?
I have 5.
Oh gosh, go ahead.
Um, and I watched them all recently. I did him winning the world title was great because nobody saw that coming. I don't think any of us saw him walking out of Elimination Chamber with the belt. Um,
I didn't honestly. I was pleasantly surprised.
uh, Roman Bray facing Roman. I was regarding that comment. Bray facing Roman now, like, but as like the Bray as like the cult character versus the Firefly Funhouse. Although
I don't know if I would have wanted that. Bray was one of those characters that didn't need the belt. I'm happy he had his 3 reigns. Don't get me wrong.
no, oh my
Bray
gosh, yes.
Bray was one of those guys, and I made this point on Twitter.
I forgot he is a 2-time Universal
3 time.
Champion.
He's a
3-time
2-time Universal Champion, 1-time World Champion.
because he beat Seth, right?
Yeah, he beat Seth at one of the Saudi shows, and then he beat Braun Strowman right before Roman came in.
He beat Braun. He
SummerSlam.
beat no, no, it was before that.
No, it was SummerSlam.
No, 20.
At SummerSlam 20, he won, and that's when Roman came back.
Oh, right.
But
No,
I made this point.
no, wait, that can't be right.
Yeah, it's. But hold on,
So
let me get this part. So somebody made this point that Grayson hadn't won a match on the main roster yet, and people were like, "Is this a problem?" I was like, "No, win loss records do not matter in WWE, and the sooner fans realize that when it comes to WWE and win loss records, the better we are as fans. Because you look at Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, for the majority of his career, was over.
Yeah.
Regardless of who he wrestled and who beat him.
Bray
Wyatt had a horrible win-loss record, but was able to stay in a position where, regardless of what he did, you were watching. If he had a mic in his hand, you were paying attention.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, my thing about him was that it was the fact that every time Bray came up on my screen and he spoke,
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
The 2019 Hell in a Cell match. I get why it ended the way it did. To an extent. Because the misconception is that people think that Bray lost by DQ. That's not true. The match ended on referee stoppage.
Right.
And the justification of a referee stoppage is the man just hit the dude with the head with a big hammer. Who's continuing?
A cartoonishly large hammer.
Who's continuing after getting bashed in the head with the hammer? Are you continuing?
No, but I almost forgot that All In was in London and that it would start earlier. I really forgot that.
What time does All In start tomorrow?
1:00.
Oh gosh.
I know, I forgot.
To be home.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh shoot, I'm going to church. That's why I hate this. That's why I hate the fact this is on Sunday. Like, if you're going to do a pay-per-view overseas, why on Sunday?
Why not?
They could have done it on Saturday. So I get why now AEW has their pay-per-views on Sunday.
Why?
Because they have Collision on Saturday nights. It's not going to interfere with Collision. Well,
But you know what?
like
You know what is gonna. You know what's gonna interfere with?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They would have to run a 7-hour pay-per-view for it to interfere with Collision.
So you know what? You know what else it can interfere with?
What?
Football.
Well, that starts next week for them. So have
Yeah.
fun with that, AEW.
Yep. Good luck.
This is really going to be the measure.
And WWE when they run the Saturday shows.
Oh yeah, because WWE runs a Saturday show next week. On top of them, I can't remember who's playing. His debut, Elimination Chamber. Okay, Bray versus Roman, Hell in a Cell. Which I don't remember that match.
It was 2015.
Funhouse match with John Cena. Bray versus Find the Leash was another one.
All right, so let me tell you about this. I loved it. I hated how they portrayed it because Michael Cole at the time was a major tool, and he made
here. Come on,
let me finish. He was a tool, and he made it sound like before they started it, because I remember really looking forward to it. He says, "Oh, he said on the air, I'm sorry for what we're about to show you." I said, "You freaking tool, you absolute prick."
So I know I'm about to go into defense mode here. So I kind of see why you would say, look, we don't know what's going to happen here. So, because at this time, broken Matt Hardy, woken Matt Hardy, or even
we don't recognize his woken era. He was broken the whole time.
But you know you.
I know what you mean. Point. Speaking of Joe on commentary, Joe just got on. Speaking of Joe on commentary, Joe just got on commentary. Huh? Joe just got on commentary. I don't know what the main event is though. I don't know what he's on commentary.
It's one of those things you just don't know what you're going to get. So either you're going to get you're either going to love it or you're like, this is stupid.
Well, I loved it.
I mean, I agree, but there are that group of people that didn't like it. They hated the whole thing of the final deletion, just the whole broken gimmick.
Well, those people have no imagination.
Well, I'm not going to say all that.
Yeah, they have no imagination. I don't care. Those people have no imagination.
It's subjective, man. Come on.
No, they subjectively have no imagination.
That is your opinion. Like our old co-host used to say. That's one man's opinion.
Yeah, they have those people have no imagination.
But it's one of those things where it just sucks to see someone that I'm a big fan of, to see all the stories that have come out. Oh shoot, what came out? Oh, headphones. All the stories that have come out about Bray from a lot of his friends, even like I didn't know that they E and him were familiar with each other all the way through from high school.
Yeah, that and what wrestling and then college football.
Right.
You know, same thing with Brody.
College football.
I
didn't know he played college football.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting one there. Just the last segments that he had, his last match with LA Knight, his last segment with Hit Row. To see those individuals really take it hard. Top Dollar is really taking it.
Randy took it pretty hard too, for obvious reasons.
I mean, look at all the people that Bray has interacted with in his career. His stuff with Randy Orton. There were some really great moments there. Going back again, I wish Breon was here because we talk about this moment all the time. One of our favorite SmackDown moments during that time, during the 2016, early 2017 era of SmackDown, when Randy Orton burned down the Wyatt, whatever you want to call it. It was the house
compound. Yeah.
That was such a great moment. the bills for Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt were always top tier. Whether the
And then the
match,
match happened.
I mean, the matches weren't always. Well, let's be honest, the matches weren't ever really
Here's one thing I will
indicative
say.
of what you were expecting. But
I liked their House of Horrors match
I'm
that
happy
they
to
had,
watch it.
the
I'm happy to
2017.
watch it.
That was Payback 2017. It was right before Randy lost the belt to Jinder.
Yeah,
And I remember hating it. I remember hating the finish because I'm like, why is I get that they were feuding, but I remember Jinder cost him the match.
I mean, it made sense because
Yeah, it made
of
sense.
that.
I get it. I get why they did it, but I'm also like, I don't know, because
Are you a gender hinderer?
yeah, no, I
Hey,
told you
don't you
that.
ever hinder the gender.
I told you that. I told you they don't like Jinder.
Well, never hinder the gender, okay?
I don't like Jinder. I didn't like Jinder the same way. For the same reason I don't like Britt. Like all of her title matches ended the same.
I will give you that. I did like the fact that he won the title. I just wish they kind of did a better job around it. Even though I kind of feel like they were trying to go with the JBL route. I always love Randy Orton just like beating up the Singh brothers though.
Well, I know,
That
but
was
I'm
the
saying,
best part of any Randy and gender match.
but I was like, the thing with that is like the thing about it was like Brett, like with Brett, Jinder was always having to rely on the Singh brothers to get him out of it.
Yeah,
Same thing with Brett would
it's
rely
a
on
classic.
Rebel, you know. But I'm saying, yeah, it's classic, but it gets old after a while
Yeah,
when you know, like, because you can't. Because my thing is like, if you're a heel, when you're a heel, you can't brag about how good you are. I'm good. I can do all this stuff, and then get cheated for every time.
yeah, you can. That's the part about being a heel.
I know I know, but I'm saying like
It's like
it's
coming
like
out there
it's
and
like with
saying
it's like
I
with
beat
MJF.
you single handedly, knowing that Jim Bob Bushwhacker over here interfered in the match.
Well, it's like with MJF, or like with when Adam Cole was heel as NXT champion. Like, yeah, he had the undisputed era, but they weren't helping him win all of his matches all the time. He was just that good. Same thing with MJF. Like MJF is a prick, you know, but he backs it up. He's really out there wrestling his tail off. That's what I loved about that match with him and Danielson. He was a
Well,
prick.
to be
He was
fair,
an absolute prick the whole
he
time,
cheats
but he
too.
really wrestled. Huh?
Cheats too.
Huh?
He has that pointless diamond ring.
I know, but he doesn't use that. He only uses that like as the very, very end.
I do agree that it should be a last resort, though.
It is, and most of the time it is. It is a very, very last resort.
Like using it against Brian, who is, in my honest opinion, the greatest wrestler in the world. I don't care what you say. Brian Danielson over Kota Ibushi. 11 times out of 10.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if they fight each other.
Brian wants it.
I hope he does. I'll be surprised if he doesn't.
Who's at the door? Who's at the door?
No, but I love that. I loved. I actually liked the swamp fight.
Swamp fight. That was not as bad as people thought it was.
It really wasn't. I liked it,
even just on the first watch.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool.
Again, this is at a time where WWE is basically forced to do things that they typically wouldn't do, even looking back at like the Money in the Bank match.
I remember they said they got the cops called on them for that.
Do this Starbucks. Yeah, I did. Thank you for it.
No, but my favorite thing about Bray was his promos.
Oh yeah.
I think honestly,
did you ever notice that he was using like stuff from like Malcolm X and
yeah, no, because like how could you not?
You too.
How could you not?
Maybe it was a few things that just like slipped my mind. I don't know.
Because maybe that's why I found him so enthralling.
But it makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah.
He looks like somebody that would study people
The
like some of
best
the
orators.
revolutionaries of
Yeah, the best
the civil
orators in
rights
history.
movement.
You know, and X Malcolm was one of the best orators in our history.
And looking at and just thinking about his rhetoric and how he was talking, it makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Because
it did.
even I think Bo Dallas has a little bit of it in him too.
Well, I hope
I
I'm sure he
really feel
does.
for him, man. Like the people that are around, even the closest to him, Eric Redbeard, Braun, losing two of their brothers.
I saw something that said, "Do you know what the original concept was? It was going to be Bray, Victor, Summer Rae, Harper, and Rowan."
Oh, Rick Victor's supposed to be in there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and like I said, Summer Rae was supposed to be in it too.
that's one that is a wild card to me because I don't see it. Maybe like somebody like, and I know they wanted her to be like the Sister Abigail character, but Sarah Logan could have been a piece that I could definitely see in there.
I liked. I don't care what anybody said. I loved Alexa Bliss's thing.
Oh yeah,
That
and you know she's
was
taking it hard too.
oh, that
And I
was
think that was at the time she was probably making her most money.
that was
Because you remember
brilliant.
that what was the name of that stupid doll?
Lucy,
No, it's not Lucy.
Lilith, Lilith,
Lily. That Lily
Lilith.
doll was selling like crazy.
Yeah. And the other thing I thought about that was I half the reason I know some of the talk online was half the reason it was selling that well is because half of it was there's a portion of it was being bought by say some unsavory people.
Do you think she cares about
No,
getting her
no,
money?
no. I'm just saying. I'm just stating the truth.
I mean, if somebody gonna buy it, I'm gonna sell it.
Yeah.
What you
Also,
what you do with the product after you giving me the money, I don't care.
side note, do you know apparently there's a guy, and I hope this person gets caught and dragged and quartered and yeah, all of that. There's a guy who somehow found the addresses of female wrestlers and is sending them toys, if you will.
What a dork.
Right? Because I know this because Jordan Grace got one. And then
Isn't that somebody said somebody in WWE?
yeah, Jordan Grace got one, and then Masha Slamovich got one.
This is why I keep saying
Yeah,
you dorks on the internet needs to just go outside and touch grass sometime.
yeah. I bet that's the only
You
thing
know how good
I
it
bet that's
feels
the
to
only
not
thing
be on
Sidgwick
the internet
says.
all the time.
I bet that's the only thing Sidgwick says that you agree with. Touch grass.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure he's not the first person to say that, so I'm not crediting
I
him.
don't think so either, but still.
But just to be able to staying busy, me being a busy man, it feels great to not have to live on the internet and even disassociating myself with a lot of the things of the internet wrestling community because sometimes y'all make me embarrassed to be a wrestling fan. The things that I see, I'm at the football game yesterday, kind of the uh watching the memorials show. And the first comment I see, I'm watching on TikTok, but the first comment I see
Is
is some
yeah
idiot saying
or
that, do y'all think this is a work? Why is it anytime we have a real life issue with a professional wrestler, it's always, do you think it's a work? When Roman Reigns came out there and said that
he had
he's dealing
leukemia.
with leukemia and leukemia came back, this is all a work. Actually, this is
They're just
not.
they're just trying
This is
to they're
not
just trying to
a
do something. They're just trying to gain sympathy for him to get him over. I'm like,
this. They're trying to gain sympathy by making this a work. He's not going to get over by this. There's a No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
No, say search your
There,
feelings.
there, there is a there's this thing that you should touch. It rhymes with grass.
Ah,
Maybe that'll help you out. Because honestly, maybe y'all do touch grass and it's not enough. Y'all just need to get outside sometimes, though. Because the way y'all come on the internet and just say stupid stuff, it it's concerning. And I love the one thing I will say I do love how the community comes together during these tragic moments. You see it here with Bray, you saw it with Brody,
you saw with Jay.
you saw it with Jay. My problem is wait till next week, see how things just go right back to normal. In music, we have this term called a tempo, means go back to how you were at first. Go back to the same speed you were at first. And this is what's going to happen. Eventually, everything's going to come down. Everybody's saying that I hope that the IWC goes gets rid of this toxic idea that you have to support one company over the other, and you have all these troll pages that are dedicated to basically dogging the other company. Black people thought that we were going to come together off of just a whole bunch of people fighting white folk. 3 days later, they're fighting over Tory Lanez again. I truly believe there's no such thing as community anymore. Can you prove me wrong?
I got like I said, I'm staying in my era. My era has been, and like I said, what did I say earlier? I'm only going to focus on things. I'm only going to prioritize things in my world that matter. And you know what I mean? Like, or put this way, like when I saw the brawl, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, and then I moved on. You know, Bray
We'll
dying
laugh about
hurts.
it, but that
Yeah,
we didn't make this out to be some big racial or another satisfying racial moment type thing.
no,
It was
just
it was dudes fight. We were like, wait, we just left SummerSlam and now we're getting Royal Rumble already.
right.
That was literally the gist of our jokes in the car.
Yeah. And then also at that point, it was also the thing where, like, well, is it justified? Yes, it was completely justified.
Oh yeah, the dude, the folk were in the wrong.
Yeah,
Now, granted, the dude that was carrying the chairman was also in the wrong
yeah.
because
The only people
that's
wrong were
egregious,
the only people wrong were the people who started it and the dude with the chair. That was totally uncalled for.
right? But outside of that, what you want me to do? They deserve that.
Yeah, but then be
I would
also
have threw.
beyond that,
I would have threw a hand too. I would have just
also
threw a hand and just did. I would have pulled a Carmelo hand, Anthony.
yeah, but beyond that is just I- again, like I said, I'm gonna live and concern myself with things that matter to me.
Yeah,
My family matters to me. My friends matter to me. But all this extra stuff, like I don't care about Tory Lanez. I'm like, which is why. What did you ask me? And I asked you. You asked me something this week, and I asked you why does that matter? I forgot what was it.
let me go back and see if I can find out what I asked you. You asked, why does that matter?
Yeah,
Because I remember the question. I just don't remember what I said. It wasn't Trump. It wasn't Messi wearing egregious outfits.
no,
It wasn't the RICO charges. It wasn't the Hawaiian shirts at the football game.
no. It wasn't that. Like I said, everybody was wearing legs. And like
Yeah,
some of the girls
he
are
had
wearing
somebody in the
skirts. Some of
bottom.
those girls are wearing the skirts or whatever.
It wasn't talking about Lauryn Hill.
No, she's going to be in DC in October. The
What
Lauryn Hill and the
what
Food
time is she
Beast.
supposed to be performing?
Huh?
What time is she supposed to be performing?
No idea, but it's probably going to be late.
That's the whole joke. It wasn't what outfit I should wear for my first game.
Oh yeah,
I didn't wear neither one of those pants.
I saw you, Mr. Brown.
I wore some khaki pants instead.
I
I was
say,
like,
man, where's
and the
Breon
crazy thing is,
Lee?
I was still overdressed for the entire game.
Man, we
The
need
other
to go
coach
up
was
to
wearing
Roanoke.
sweats.
I just want to go up to Roanoke with you just so me and Breon could roast you. Not roast, not because
What y'all not about to do is sit here and try to dog my drip.
like like we
Y'all
do
the
need to
ones
go up
that
to
got
Roanoke.
no drip.
We do need to go up to Roanoke though, like for real.
It wasn't fresh and fit. It wasn't fresh and fit.
That was, man, God is awesome.
Look, the thing is, they still on YouTube.
I don't care. Like,
Look, and the thing is, people are crying about it because they're like, this is anti-free speech. The same people crying anti-free speech don't know how free speech works.
That's not how it. Like I said, I saw this video. And the video is about what happens when, like, why can't a white person say the N-word? It was a classic stuff. But there's a line. No, but I'm saying the line in the video was, he said, "You have." I said, "What about freedom of speech?" He said, "You have freedom of speech. You just don't have freedom of whatever happened after that."
Right. You can say it.
You can say it. Just
now, however, comma, what happens after that?
You need to be aware of the situation.
You're not free from consequences, my guy.
Yes.
I'm gonna just laugh at you looking like you stupid. Pookie over there, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. This is what it was. Because I put a picture up that evidently Marcus Jordan says wedding with Larsa Pippen is in the works.
Yes, that's what it was. I was like, who cares?
I put it in the group because I'm like, this is Larsa Pippen, like Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, with Michael. The reason I put it in the group in the chat because I was like, this is hilarious. Because I was like, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Michael Jordan's son. It's the shorts for me. You see my shorts? Oh gosh. Let me pull my shorts down. They're 5.5 inches. But it was just the whole thing of that because it was like the first thing I thought of was what's Will Smith's wife name? Jada Pinkett Smith. In August. I was like, this is already weird enough.
Which again, that
but I don't expect anything less from people within the industry.
But remember, I say it's still like bothering me. Like, why does that even matter? Is what got me.
Everybody, I will say this: everybody has their mindless or let's just say low vibrational content. Everybody has it. And that's the thing I think people don't understand because we kind of do dog people for their form of low vibrational content. Like wrestling fans get dogged out because it's fake, right? Let me chop you in the chest, see how fake it is. I still feel me getting chopped almost 5 years ago. 4 times. Like the burn in my chest still resonates to this day.
To this day?
To this day? And have you been chopped yet?
No.
Do you want to get chopped?
No. Quite frankly.
It's not fun. I will say it's not fun. I took 4 chops and I ate the first 3. That 4th one really made me reconsider my life. And then so everybody has it, whether it's you like wrestling, you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or you watch Dance
Love and Hip Hop.
You watch Dance Moms, or you
First
follow.
of all, side note: if you watch Dance Moms and if you're if
I don't
you're
endorse
ever,
what he's about to say.
huh?
I do not endorse what he's about to say. By the way,
What do you think I'm about to say?
I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and put that I'm just going to put that disclaimer out there that whatever you're going to say, I don't endorse until after I hear it.
If you watch Dance Moms and you're male, you may have issues. You have issues.
Again, I don't endorse what he's saying here.
I'm just saying. Dance Moms are two kind of people. Dance Moms for me is for two kinds of people. One of those people should be in jail. The other people just have too much time on their hands.
To be fair, I've never watched the second of Dance Moms, and I swear, if you ever send me a video of Dance Moms, I will pull up on you and we will fight.
Well, no, we're supposed to fight anyway.
Oh
so,
yeah,
I mean,
we have so many reasons to fight. So I mean,
like wasn't the video, wasn't the me roasting your shorts one of them?
you roasting my shorts, you roasting my plaid pants. I have 2 pairs of pants that I showed Isaac. I was trying to figure out which pants I was going to wear for my first volleyball game as a coach, and he's calling me Mr. Brown.
It was, you had your shirt tucked in.
My shirt was not tucked in.
It looked like it was.
Hold on, let me go pull this picture up again because I don't think my pants was.
I could see your belt, bro.
My shirt was not tucked in. I'm looking at the picture now. You don't see a belt.
I thought I could.
No, you're looking.
Maybe it was just your stomach.
You didn't even see my stomach.
No, the way
I had my slimmer shirt on.
The way it's over, the way it like hovered over your waistline. The way like your stomach like hovered over your waistline, it made you look like you had a belt on.
The
and it
hate
also made
coach
it look
is
like
wild in the chat. Which page is this? I think I know like 2 different pages now. What's going on now? That's unhinged, Mr. Brown. I'm not Mr. Brown though. I don't even look like the man. He's a lot darker than me. I have a lot more hair than him.
I think it's it was your posture.
Oh, yeah, what's going on? You think it's my what?
It was your posture in the video.
I'm standing up straight.
No, not your posture. More like
are you going to be the next one to joke on my poses while I'm taking pictures?
No.
It's already a running joke now.
By who?
Do you want likes? Yeah, I appreciate the likes. So now the thing is that I don't know if you saw my picture right before the game Wednesday.
No.
So I took a picture and I kind of had the angle up to where you could see from my face to my shoes. And it was like game day, #war or something like that. And for some odd reason, they found the picture. And from the moment they saw it until the moment the game was over, because we won the game, we were all like talking, and they're like, Coach, do the pose again. I was like, oh my gosh. And then they got all hyped for it. I was like, whatever. So now that I guess that's going to be the pose of the season. So it is what it is at this point. So you're gonna join them now, joking on how I take pictures.
No, I have better things to do than that.
No, but you've already done it, so you clearly don't have anything better to do with your life.
It was your posture. Again, it was your posture, how it looked in the video.
What is wrong with my posture? Maybe it's because my knees are pushed back.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, okay, it's not my fault I'm double jointed.
Are you?
Yes, I'm double jointed. Huh. You've never seen me stand with my knees pushed all the way back? I do it.
Well, I don't see you wear shorts. I don't see you wear shorts a lot. So,
well, first of all, it doesn't matter if I'm wearing shorts or pants. Them Jones go back anyway. Hold on, let me see if I can get a good angle.
No, I saw it. I saw it.
It's kind of crazy. See, they know if it ain't been the bat, they popping. Don't let it be a quiet room. Pop, 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 pop. But yeah, I'm looking at the picture now. I'm standing like this. One arm is down, and the other hand is holding a phone in my mirror, which is which needs a clean. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll take care of all that later on now. And the other one, my knees are actually forward. My muscles are popping out, but I'm holding the phone in both hands. So I don't know what you're talking about here.
Yeah, I was just
I'm gonna
seeing
do it.
things.
I agree with Breon now. I agree with Breon and Ray Lewis. The more I look at that, the more I look at that dance, it's kind of cringe.
That's a matter of perspective.
It's just it doesn't hold up to the today's standards of uh celebrations or slash dances in sports. I must say that. I'd rather you see doing this.
You are lying. I know you're lying.
All right, that part was a troll though. That part was true. But I do like the gritty better than that Ray Lewis dance. The gritty's better. There's some cool celebrations. I can't wait till the season starts to see some of the celebrations that some of these guys pull out. High school football is going on now.
Yep.
You went to the Western Branch game Thursday. I went
Yep.
to
We
the
look good.
D'Anton
We
River
look good.
today. Both teams look good, man. I can't wait to see those two schools go against each other. We're going. I'm rocking the red and black. I know it sounds like I'm a traitor because I am a Western Branch alum, but Nance River is partially paying the bills here. So it's one of
You
those.
you want to pick me up on the way over?
I might be like right next door to Dansman. That's the crazy part.
I was saying when the game starts. I mean, or are you already going to be there?
I'm going to be like right by there.
So you're already going to be in the area anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
College football's going on.
Yep. Jackson State was playing earlier. They were up 7-0. I don't know where
Oh,
they're
the
at right
sweat
now.
yeah, sweat challenge is today?
Yeah.
Is it still going on?
It should be. The game
I
started
had
at
somebody in
7:30.
my chat Sunday. I was
Oh,
videos.
wow.
What happened?
31-0. Jackson State up on South Carolina State. So I guess they're not missing Dion. They're not missing Prime.
It's South Carolina State's falling off then.
You guys are only up by 7 over San Jose State, by the way, at halftime.
What score?
21-14.
Oh gosh. That defense is not improved.
No, it hasn't.
Who is Jaden?
Hawaii has played Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's up 21-7 over Hawaii. UMass is up over New Mexico State 27-17. And then North Alabama lost to Mercer 17-7. And Notre Dame beat the Navy 42-3.
Jackson's actually kicking a field goal now.
So it's about to be 34-0.
South Carolina State is embarrassing to me right now. And yep, it's 34-0. 4:16 left in the third quarter.
Cowboys are up 21. Cowboys up 21-16 over the Raiders right now.
Vanderbilt's up 21-7 over Hawaii.
I just read all those.
IMG is up on St. Joseph 17-14, and then Mass is up on New Mexico State 27-17.
Where'd you see IMG?
They are showing they have it up in I'm watching the game, the MEX WAC, and they have it up in they are showing both all three of those games I just called off.
Oh.
So I know I got a lot. I will. Ooh, they are not in uniform. Interesting. They are wearing windsuits and t-shirt. Where's MEX WAC again? I know I have a lot of clips to watch tomorrow, band wise. So I will be live again on my Tell the Truth page, my Facebook page, Twitter. I think I will be live on Twitch and as well as Kick, watching all of that.
Oh
I got
wow, bro segment.
I got 1.4K views on just that stream alone.
For what?
My when I was watching band videos Sunday.
Well, people love music.
Those usually do my biggest numbers. I'm now over 200 subscribers, so shout out to everybody that is subscribed to the YouTube page. Um, once everything is kind of settled with me doing everything I'm doing right now, I should be back onto making some more videos. I had a few other topics that I wanted to make. I know the Fresh and Fit one hit pretty well for me. I wanted to talk about the random man in Atlanta.
The what?
The random man in Atlanta.
What does that even mean? What?
So there's this man in Atlanta that has like 7 baby mamas. And
Okay.
and so it's been a thing now where he's basically going out here laying seeds every and anywhere he can lay them. And basically playing women. And my thing is I made this statement on Twitter or X. I said that I now understand why, especially with my grandfather, he says that make a man wait, make a man basically marry you before you give up your prized possessions, and you will see how fast Pookie will run away.
So all right. So all right, I've been dating a while. Well, I've been trying to be out and date and all that other stuff. But one of the things I noticed, like when I talk about it with people, some of the people I work with, they ask me, when's the next time you're gonna, have sex or whatever, and I tell them, why, like, what are you waiting for? So I tell them, well, nobody's worthy. And they look at me like I have like an ego problem. I say, no, I'm serious. Like nobody is worthy.
This is a very special part of life.
Yeah, like
you got to be ready for this, dog.
Because it's like, because like I'm not just gonna do this with anybody, and then some of the people some of them are like, well, that's because your last relationship didn't work out because you didn't. It's like, no, because that's not why, and I'm not gonna get into that. But it's like the reason why is because it's got to be the right time, and at the time it wasn't the right time.
Exactly.
It has to be the right time.
And when you my fault.
And you can't, and that's why you can't take that time for granted. I know we don't have a lot of time. Mm-hmm. If anything, if this episode we're talking about right now, one of the things we're talking about with losing Bray is that we don't have all the time we think we do.
Right.
Like in fact, I was watching a video where Jessica Carr talked about that. One of the refs, the lady ref on Twitter, she was like, we don't have the time you think we do.
Exactly.
But even with that, you got to use your time wisely. And I certainly am not going to use my time like laying with somebody who I know is not for me, that I don't see distance with.
What are you talking about? Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I know if I don't see myself having like this long-term thing with you, I'm certainly not going to do that. That's why it doesn't make any sense to me that's the thing. That is the trend, so to speak.
And we've seen the negative effects of doing this with the wrong person.
Yes.
Whether you see it's this situation where this guy is basically laying seeds everywhere
and I imagine he's only doing it. I imagine if you ask him why he's doing it, he's saying he's only doing it because he can. I imagine that's honestly what it boils down to.
Nick Cannon, young boy, this guy.
And honestly, I imagine whoever he is, he's not like on their.
Oh, nowhere near. Nowhere near.
This guy. So if anything, this guy's honestly doing it just because he can.
Basically. And then even on a bigger scale, you look at Zion when it came down to Mariah Mills. You saw what happened in that case and why when the pick better thing is not just for is just not for a woman. It's
It
all
is.
it's for
It is. No,
everybody.
it's like it's for it is because it's
It's
like
for everybody because once that happens and you give that part up to you to the wrong person, there are residual effects of that action.
see one thing I know is like well the difference between now and back then like because I was asking we were talking about it I was talking with somebody and they were like well the main difference between back then and now is because you had back then you had to stay you didn't have a choice
Right.
regardless of what was going on you had to stay together for the family now you have that option but I think because we have that option it's like it gets abused it's not utilized in the right sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to stay. Yeah, you don't have to stay, but you at least got to put some kind of work in. Somebody's like, "Oh, I don't have to stay. Bet I'm out of here." Or, or like they, or you hear you don't have to stay, and you like just dump it all on. You have it, but then dump it off. You back out at 1 minute
Right.
at one point.
When
It's
you get
not.
somebody, when you give somebody a reason to leave, they gonna take it.
Yeah.
So that's just that whole thing there. So I wanted to talk about that because there are angles that I think a lot of people aren't looking at it from. And so that's something I would like to at least put a different perspective on it because my perspective is coming from a biblical standpoint. And a lot of times I'm starting to see why things are the way that they are when you look at it from that perspective because it's like, okay, now you're seeing from a Mariah Mills standpoint, this situation here and why this is not the way that it was intended to be. Another one I wanted to talk about was just political violence because I don't see a lot of people looking at that from a perspective of both sides are doing this and both sides are only pointing the finger at the other side because you look at from the left's point of view, they love to bring up
Well,
the
here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put it this.
J6.
I'm gonna put it this way. You can't. You can't say you believe in the Bible, where in the Bible it says love your neighbor as yourself, and tell the people on the other side they should kill themselves,
Oh, we can't say can't say the K word. Can't say the K word.
unalive themselves.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
let's be serious.
Because
Let's
you
think
know
about
what I mean when I
most people
reference that, right?
that say they profess this. They don't really show it.
I know, but I'm saying that's what I mean. That's what I
Yeah.
mean when you said both sides, because I know both sides do it.
Right, because there was just a situation up in down in Florida. I think there was a woman that was talking about how she wanted to do Trump in. We seen it with we saw it with the Nancy Pelosi situation. We saw it with
Saw it with Obama.
we saw it with Obama. We seen there's been plenty. I can't think of a president that has had that's gone without a threat to their life. We even saw it with
Saw
when
it with Reagan.
right. We saw it even with when Roe v. Wade was overturned. There was somebody who came all the way from California over to this side of the country to attempt to take out Brett Kavanaugh. We've seen it on multiple occasions. You look
Oh,
at
speaking of which, let me ask you a question. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to talk about something else.
yeah. Go ahead.
I really didn't want it to turn this into a
No.
political.
I get it.
Uh,
I'm just talking about some of
no, but I got something.
some of
No,
the comments
I got
I
something
want
else
to too.
because I want to ask you. I want to ask you because I think you posted it about how I liking the idea of not having a president over 75.
Dog.
That's crazy, ain't it? So if we don't want a president over 75, we shouldn't have congressmen or senators that old either, right?
You're not gonna see me push back on that.
Okay, cool. So we need to get him out of there, is what I'm saying.
Dog, we got folk in there
who
that are
remember
practically
both world wars.
they are.
I'm sorry, they not
Let's
that.
let's just use a comparison here. You remember the episode of SpongeBob?
Which one?
They're selling chocolates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There are people in office that remind me of that lady or that individual. I don't know what it was, a woman or what. That sea creature. What did he say?
All
And
right.
it's
So,
it's kind of it's disappointing when you see we've seen so many moments, even with I think it was Mitch McConnell, where he had
I,
a
bro,
where he had a moment where it felt like the edibles hit. We've seen it with our current president. He's had moments like that. We've seen it with our past president. I'm like, dog, I get it. We should respect our elders. I 100% agree. But it feels like this is abuse because we're putting these people in these stressful positions, and I don't know if they can mentally handle it.
it's that, and then they're also going in with their mindset from that day and age that hasn't changed.
I don't see. There are certain things that I do believe that they had an idea on. It just need to be tweaked, and I think that the issue is with our generation is we want to tweak it, but at the same time, the way we're tweaking it is a little too far, and you kind of need that perspective. You need kind of both those perspectives to really reel it in. But I don't know if it needs to be where they're being put into this position where it's a non-stop stressful situation for them. That's my
Sidebar, sidebar. Did you clip that video of Duke telling me that Coda doesn't
not
love
yet.
me?
I honestly
Okay,
have not had time to even edit.
okay. I was just
I
randomly thinking
honestly
about
have
that.
not had time to edit. Like when I leave work, like this week, I go to work Monday. As soon as I leave work, I'm going straight
All
to the
right.
high school because we have a game Tuesday. Going to work, and then jeez. Okay, hold on. She did something about this.
What's up?
Got a text message.
Oh, so here are the 10 oldest members of Congress as of February 2023.
It's not good.
Danny K. Davis. He's a Democrat in House of Representatives in Illinois. He's 81 years old.
It's not
Then number 9 is Jim Clyburn. He's 82. Um, yeah. Nancy Pelosi, 82. Um, Steny Hoyer, 83. Although he doesn't look 83. Maxine Waters, 84. Hal Rogers, 85. Bill Pascrell, 86. That's number 4. Grace Napolitano, 86.
What's the paper?
Chuck Grassley, number 2, 89. And then Dianne Feinstein is 89. Yeah. Yeah, they old. They old. They need to go. They can go to their retirement farm where they put all the other elder congressmen. They can bicker about politics amongst each other for the rest of their retirement days. That's where they go, right?
Yeah.
Don't let retired congressmen, men and women, go to like a nice little home where they can debate, pick at each other's politics the whole time. All right. So yeah. What you working on?
Trying to game plan now. Got a game Monday and got to figure something out.
All right.
Anything else from you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Will Greer just scored another touchdown.
That's what's up. But all right, with that being said, man, we could get up out of here.
Shame we're cutting him. I like him. He's good.
He should. I think he'll find another team.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. But with that being said, we can get up out of here, y'all. Peace, love, Pop Stars. Always remember to drink your water. We will see y'all on the next one.